It's 97.1 AMP Radio. I'm Yesi Ortiz. I'm really excited, man, to introduce to you right now. Jacob Vargas is in the studio. Jacob is a long time, person in Hollywood, in the industry. You've been in some really dope, iconic films.
Well, first, thank you for having me, Yesi. It's great to see you again.
Man. The last time we saw each other was at my toy drive.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, my wife heard that you and Cece were having a toy drive, and we got our kids involved, and
I know, that was
and we
so
went
sweet.
to like Toys R Us, and we bought a truckload of toys.
Yeah,
and, I gotta tell you, it was their favorite Christmas. They still talk about that, saying, "Man, remember when we went and we got all those toys for those kids?" And it really and it meant a lot to them, and it was a great thing for the kids.
Yeah,
you guys were
Children's
doing.
Hospital of LA received so many toys that day. The representative was just so in awe of the amount of love, and you pulling up with your big old SUV truck, and all of a sudden your kids and your family comes out and you're unloading all these toys. I'm like, wow, this is really dope. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for letting us know about it and having us be a part of it.
Yeah,
the kids
man.
Have an amazing time.
We'll definitely have your family involved again.
Yes,
I'll
for
definitely
sure.
have to do that again.
For sure.
But, I want to talk about, of course, Mr. Iglesias, which is a show now on Netflix. It's I haven't gone through the entire season. I'm, I think, at episode 6.
Okay.
So I'm almost
good,
there.
Though. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Almost
All
there. I
right.
was binge watching. Yo, it is so funny.
It is a funny show, and it's getting an amazing response from at least we just get the feelers from social media, and people have been loving it. They've been, they're binge watching. Some people say they have it in the loop. They've been watching it all day long.
Yeah.
Or they're on their 10th time watching it.
Wow.
Which is crazy. And I think it's just a testament to how funny the show is.
Yeah.
But it's also very smart, and what I love about it is that it speaks to a very diverse audience, too.
I was just about to say it's very co-viewing, right? So
Yes.
young adults and adults can watch the show.
Right.
I was kind of taking it in as I could see it from a perspective as an adult, and I can see it from a perspective as a kid, so it's really well written. And it almost feels like there's no script because of how great chemistry you and Gabriel have. He obviously, Fluffy Iglesias, Gabriel Iglesias is like that, the lead, the star. It is called Mr. Iglesias for a reason, but you two have such a great chemistry on camera. It looks like there's no script.
Well, yeah. Well, I've known Gabe for we go back 20 years, and so so we do have history together.
Yeah.
Which is great, but also I think we just have a good time.
Yeah.
Together, and I think we're very similar. I mean, we kind of grew up. He grew up in Long Beach. I grew up in Pacoima, but grew up listening to rancheras and hip hop and so we're like really like brother from another mother.
Yeah. And it comes across that way too, which I think is really hard to do. Your on-screen friendship is really legitimately off-screen as well. So when you can get that on screen, it's just like a really cool thing to watch.
Yeah, and what was cool is Gabe liked to kind of change it around a bit, the script, and because we worked so hard all week memorizing everything and figuring out. But then we'd come up with something funny. He said, "Oh, that's funny." We said, "Hey, let's save it for the audience."
Oh,
So let's not tell anybody what we're going to do, and we'll just pop it on them.
And I'm glad that you brought the audience perspective because it's really a different time. There's not many shows that are filmed in front of an audience.
Right.
And
I think that kind of throws people off. I know some of the comments were that laugh track. They use it so much, and the response is there is no laugh track. That's a real studio audience. Listening to the jokes and laughing.
Yeah.
And they are laughing that hard, and it does take a while. So we do have to pause.
Yeah.
For the laughter to die down. So I think if you're not used to that, it can throw you off.
Yeah.
But I think it goes back to great sitcoms like what I grew up like Welcome Back, Kotter. I remember watching Different Strokes and Silver Spoons and
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those so we'd sit with the family and watch these sitcoms, and so I love that Netflix is bringing these sitcoms back.
Yeah.
And that you can watch them at your own pace. You can choose to watch them one a week, or you can watch the entire thing in one sitting.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. No, for real. That shout out to Netflix for doing that.
Yeah.
And for not being afraid to really embrace representation on film and television. We don't see that.
No, and I'm so glad we're on Netflix. I really do. I just feel I don't know about the networks, but I just feel Netflix really gave us freedom to go there.
Yeah.
And big props to Gabe, who was saying, "Look, I wanna be driving my van with the Chente Fernandez song playing." I don't know. Did you get there yet?
I haven't got there. I haven't gotten there just yet.
Okay. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. All right. Right. But he embraces the culture, and they're not afraid to embrace it, and they do it right. Because there are some shows that they'll use a stereotype, and it's a little bit of a reach, right? And you could tell the writers, the people involved, someone's in that office saying, hold on. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right.
Yes.
And we're gonna do it authentic.
Right. Yeah.
Because a lot of shows attempt to do it authentically, and it comes off still like you're reaching.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just they. Yeah, and we have some great writers as well, and so again, the writers' room was very diverse as well too. So that's important. I think that's the beginning. And so when we get the script, you can see the diversity there, and they weren't really afraid to go there. So when I remember my wife and my kids are watching it, and there's a line where they talk about black don't crack. And they're like, "Whoa, they went there."
Yeah.
So.
They went there with the
But it was done in a very smart way, in a very funny way.
Yeah.
And all my black friends are like, it's true.
Right.
Black don't crack. So
there's a lot of moments where I was like, whoa, they let that pass?
Right.
Okay, this is and I'm laughing out loud, and it takes a minute for me to laugh out loud for a show.
Yeah, it's because we're on Netflix. And and we can take it further, but one thing I love about Gabe, he would say, look, just because Netflix, you can cuss. You can go there, but he's like, what? Why? What's the point? And just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it or you have to do it. Let's keep this like family friendly and accessible. To the kids too, because he's got a huge following. Kids love Fluffy.
Yeah, dude, he's very well known. We were just talking about how he's like sells out. So many of his comedy shows, and if shout outs to the Ice House in Pasadena, if they were to put a show on right now, it'd sell out in
and he's like the hardest working dude. Really, we were working all week on the show. Really all day, and then he would say, "Okay, it's Friday, I'm on a flight out to and he'd go out and do like 3 shows over the weekend, and be back to back, and then fly back like that morning and come to set.
Oh my gosh,
and work all week again. The dude's a machine.
That hustle mentality is real, man. And I also got to do like a shout outs to the quote that he gave to, if you haven't seen the show, you'll see the show what I'm talking about. Like there's actually like a quote that says shout outs to his teacher, Juan something or other.
It was a woman, June.
Oh, June.
June, right.
Oh, my bad.
Juan, June.
Juan, June, same thing.
Same thing.
But no, he did like show some love to they believed in him.
Yeah.
And that makes the show feel wholesome.
Right.
When it's just that one small touch that I'm giving back. I want to embrace where I'm from. They're not afraid to talk about Norwalk. Not afraid to talk about the
Pauly, the rivalry with Pauly, and you mentioned the Santa Fe Spring swap meet. And so we bring a lot of elements of his real enviorment.
Right. And it's still funny, and you can still keep up with it if you're not from Los Angeles.
Right.
So,
but at the same time, it's if you don't understand it, then if you don't know now, you know.
Right, absolutely. And if you don't know now, you know. We got Jacob Vargas in the studio. Mr. Iglesias is a show on Netflix. There's also a history of what the films that you've done. Been some pretty freaking iconic films, dude. Even from Mi Vida Loca, Selena, of course, everybody always, I'm sure you get asked a million times.
Yeah, it's funny is I get asked all the time, say, hey, can you, with their phone, can you do a message as Joker
from Friday,
Friday, or as Selena's brother?
Yeah,
Can you say anything for Selena? It's crazy, but you know what? I totally embrace it, and I love it, and I feel like I've been very fortunate to be able to work on some iconic films.
Yeah. And alongside, obviously like Benicio del Toro and Traffic and obviously Ice Cube, we talked about Friday, but I think it's really, really, really dope to be able to watch you on film, and I'm sure your family and your kids get a kick out of it, being able to see their pops doing that.
Well, it's funny because this is kind of the first time with Mr. Iglesias that my kids can actually really see a lot of the work because a lot of stuff I did was rated R.
Yeah.
And so I have an 8-year-old, so she can't.
Oh, right.
So she can't watch that Friday.
But your 15-year-old, they've had to see
You know
Selena.
what? Yes, Selena. Yes, I mean they love Selena.
Yeah.
But then a lot of my daughter Rose, who who's now in high school, her friends have seen Next Friday. And they would quote my lines in class, and she didn't get it because she never seen it. And then finally, I go, okay, Rose, you can watch it. And she was super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because there was like a lot of language, and I'm in a thong, and
right. I know it was
so she was. She was like, okay, Dad, ew. That was.
What would be really dope, I know they're making another Friday, is that they brought Joker back in for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had a discussion with Cube a while back, and he's like, yo, man, we're bringing Joker back, so get ready. So, but it's been one of those things. It's every year.
The script gets revised, or like we finally got the final script. Yeah,
so I guess there's some kind of, I don't know what.
I think your character though was so iconic. And I think it needed it, just because of how Friday, obviously, you can't make a Friday movie without black and brown unity almost.
Right.
No, it's like...
I totally agree. And what's funny is for the role really wasn't written funny.
Yeah.
When I went in to audition years ago, it was, just like a straight, like, bad guy.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, this is Friday, man. Like, it's got to be funny.
Yeah, and we got to exaggerate it a little bit.
Yeah, and so so I went in and just like improv and rewrote the whole thing. And our director Steve Carr was like, dude, that was dope. You're the only one that came in and made it funny. And
that's amazing.
So they just really gave me free range to do like, he's like, dude, this guy is crazy, so like there is no limit, just do whatever comes to your mind, and that was awesome because it was such a freeing experience for an actor, and that's we got Joker.
Yo, man, I can't wait. Hopefully they bring Joker back for the next installment of Friday.
Right. Well, look,
Cube, make it happen.
Yeah, you guys have Cube's Instagram account, so let him know. Let him know. Blow up his Instagram account.
Or you have your people reach out to his people, right?
Right.
I'm sure they can make that happen somewhere, because you said you spoke to him like last year sometime.
No, this was a while ago. It was at the premiere of the NWA movie.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So nice. We had a little chat. He's like, "Yo, man, it's happening. We're gonna do it."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Bro, you know my number.
You know my number. Or slide into
same
the
number,
DM.
same hood.
No, yeah. Right. All right. Well, man, Jacob Vargas in studio. Make sure to check out Mr. Iglesias. It's on Netflix. You can stream it now. Really, really a funny show. Great guy, and I'm so excited that you were able to stop by and just chat with us.
Oh, come on, yeah, my pleasure. Thank you for having me. But also, I just wanted to, let people know that, at the end of the day, this show, it's got a lot of heart, and it just really proves what can happen when a teacher, believes in you.
Yeah.
My wife was a school teacher, and years ago, and she still gets students that find her on Instagram or on Facebook saying, you really made a huge difference in my life. And this is like kindergarten, first grade. They're like now like graduated high school.
Wow, yeah.
So you really see like what an impact a teacher who cares
absolutely
can have on a student. And I think that really comes across on our show. So it's like a big props to our teachers out there.
Yeah, 1,000%. There's definitely some teachers in my life that I can stick out like a sore thumb, like the good and the bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just remember the good ones that actually believed in me and gave me my little 5 minutes of pep talks.
Right.
And they stuck with me.
Yeah, see?
And they stuck with me.
Right.
And I, who knows where they're at now, but shout outs to all the teachers who taught me and gave me my pep talks.
Yeah, and here you are.
And here I am.
You go. See?
Yeah, hey, there's that. Nah, but Jacob, thank you so much for coming through. I really do appreciate your time. I know you're hella busy and you're on your way to New York next.
Yeah.
For promo.
Yeah.
You just got on social media.
We're working. I've been on it for a while, but I've been kind of fighting with it because, my kids like, Dad, you got to post more.
Yeah.
You got to hashtag more and all this. And I'm like, man, you got to do your stories and this. And so I'm learning, but it's just. I'm an old
You gotta
dude.
get with the time.
I gotta get with the time.
You good though. You still got the baby face look. That's the good thing about Latinos. We have
it's the indigenous blood.
It's the indigenous blood. We got that baby face.
Brown don't frown. Yeah.
Exactly. So follow him on Instagram at Jacob Vargas.
Yeah,
right?
at Jacob Vargas.
Yeah. There's no underscore or anything like that.
No, and I'm verified, so so go with the blue check mark. I'm there.
Right. And I'm at Yesi Ortiz, and this is at 97.1 AMP Radio. I appreciate you coming through.
No, thank you for having me.
It's AMP Radio.